delighted we are that you're all here and how valuable the support is that you give to the University of Chicago to our cancer research efforts. I think our commitment is that through science and scientific research, we can cause advances in cancer, we can improve the outcomes for our patients, and really make a difference in people's lives. So I would really like to also thank again Jill, Nancy and Janie and the entire Women's Board. Maybe all of the members of the Women's Board can stand so that we can express our appreciation to them. Would you all stand, the members of the Women's Board? And I'd also like to acknowledge again Michelle LeBeau, the director of our Cancer Center, the Arthur and Marion Edelstein Professor of Medicine. So Michelle, why don't you stand? And I'd like to welcome the president of our hospital, Sharon O'Keefe. So Sharon, why don't you stand? Obviously, Sharon oversees the day-to-day care that cancer patients receive at the University of Chicago. So thank you all very much. This is a very special evening and very special to us. Thank you.
We have one final part of tonight's program. In 2003, the Women's Board established the Partners in Discovery Award to honor those who have taken a leadership position in supporting cancer research. Tonight, we bestow this award for a very different reason. For the first time, we are honored and humbled to present the Partners in Discovery Award to someone who has spent a lifetime as a leader in the field of cancer research, a true visionary. Here is a portrait of one of our brightest stars, an exceptional physician scientist whose efforts have changed the course of treatment for thousands of leukemia patients the world over, Dr. Janet Rowley.
It was clear from, as a kid, sitting around the dinner table, just how engaging science could be.
It was not very common for women to have such an illustrious career.
I felt, well, if Janet, with 4 children, could be a productive scientist, then who am I to not even make a small attempt at it?
People coming up and talking to me about my mother happens all the time.
She's made so many discoveries that I don't think she or anyone else has really kept track of the number.
I think she's won every award.
Numerous awards.
Is this a quiz?
Every award that I can imagine.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom.
The Albany Prize.
The Japan Prize.
The Lasker Award.
The Gardner Prize.
The National Medal of Science.
It's hard to say what the best thing is about Dr. Rowley.
She is incredibly insightful,
Courageous.
Brilliant.
Very funny.
extraordinarily gracious.
And stubborn.
She's one of the busiest people I've ever met in my life, and despite that, she'll find a way to squeeze time in to meet with you.
There's no question that Janet Rowley is a role model for me.
She has been a role model for me throughout my career.
Janet's probably my first role model in science, and she remains that today.
She serves as a real inspiration towards my own research.
She is just a guiding light for all of us here in the way that she conducts her life and her science.
Janet Rowley is one of those amazing women that if you're fortunate to run into early in your career, just transforms your life.
In December of 2010, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. For me, this is an opportunity to help others. It's not going to help me, but that people can learn from my experience and from studies on my tumor that can benefit others. This is important.
if I were to thank her, it would really be for being an inspiration to me and to my kids.
For warmly greeting me when I arrived here.
For creating a nurturing environment.
For her mentorship.
For always taking the time.
For her contributions.
I can't ever thank Janet enough for what she did for my career. Thank you, Dr. Rowley.
Thank you, Dr. Rowley.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Mom.
We are honored to have Janet Rowley with us tonight. Please join me in congratulating her as we present her this award.
So honored.
It's a beautiful award.
Thank you.
Do you want me? Would you like to say anything? Sure. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I didn't bring no Kleenex.
You can use my sleeve.
Well, I'm quite overwhelmed by what my colleagues said about me, and therefore I'm not awfully lucid right now in what I might say. There are two things, at least. You can see chemotherapy takes a lot out of you. First, with colleagues like this, it's hard to fail. Wherever you turn, whatever problems you have, they're there to help you with and encourage you. And this is extraordinarily important. And I've had this at the University of Chicago. Moreover, the university and all of my colleagues have given me complete freedom to do what I want. And as Suzanne Constant said in the video, some days it doesn't work, but some days it does. And those days are truly wonderful. And I want to thank especially Michelle LeBeau, because Michelle came to my lab, I think in 1980, as a freshly minted PhD student in cytogenetics, but had never worked in cancer. And obviously, she was a star when she came, and she's a star now. And I'm extraordinarily grateful to all of my children as well. David, you saw. The others are on each coast and not readily available. But David, I think, as a professor at the University of Chicago, carries on the family tradition. And finally, I want to thank all of you, because you're like venture capitalists. Only some of you don't think of yourself that way, but you're giving support to innovation. And some of it, like some of our days, isn't going to be successful, but others will be wonderful. And as Suzanne says, and Michelle and others, cancer can be cured if we work hard enough, and with your support. Thank you.